like to take this opportunity to welcome Mr. Bhaskara Sairaju. He is the founder of Stackstripe. He has a vast knowledge and experience in finance and accounts. Also, he has worked in various firms in USA and as in Canada as well. The Stackstripe is a making everyone's filing process as a simple and as well as easy. They're providing various services and they're providing the best tax filing experience ever. So, Mr. Bhaskar Sairaju, the platform is yours. You can just give us an insight about the tax filing system.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Lakshman, and thank you for the TSA Association for giving me this opportunity to present and to help answer your questions. Let me share you my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, okay. Yeah. So I'll go a bit about the company and then we can discuss about the taxes, how they work and everything. So Taxstripe, we founded this company in 2020 December. It's been 4 years that we started the company, and I was into accounting and finance for more than a decade now, and I was doing taxes and accounting for all my career. So I started this because I'm also a student like you, as an immigrant student in Canada, in British Columbia. And I came here, I want to file taxes, and I went here and there. So there are a lot of people who do taxes, but they don't answer your questions. Okay. And then that's the problem we have. And it's been 4 years I started, and even today, that's the same problem in the market. And I'm trying to solve that. So we are here to answer your questions, clarify all your doubts, and give you all the information. Okay. And to begin with, so we provide both individual and business tax services. So as an individual, we file all your taxes. So be it are you a student, employee, self-employed, if you have foreign income, multiple scenarios, so everything for all the individuals. And for businesses, we do bookkeeping, payroll, accounting, GST filings, and tax advisory services. We also help people start their businesses. We help them incorporate. We help them incorporate and give you all the necessary compliance requirements to be fulfilled. Right. So these are the services we are providing at the moment. And now let's go into how taxes work and all the details. And before we go further, I want to hear from you. How is your life? Being a newcomer, studying and doing part-time at the same time, it might be a lot of struggle. So what are the challenges you see coming to Canada and as a beginner? Any weird challenges you people are facing?
The first one is the weather. We are getting used with it and getting adjusted with it. And second one is getting a job.
Okay.
Exactly. That is the lot of the people are facing the same challenges, I believe. Apart from that, and say as like this tax filing system, there is a lot of systems which is different from our home country. So we are getting to know about this. This kind of session is very informative for us, and it's giving us kind of pop-up like what are the new systems which is vary from our home country and which we should get to know, and we have to work on it. So we are just exploring all those things.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Few more months or few more days for you to complete your education, get a job, and settle down, get things under control. Yeah. So first thing is, I think few of us are from India, and are there anyone from Sri Lanka as well? Okay, there might be.
I think the entire crowd is in India. Yeah, Indian.
Okay. Okay. So here in India, we call IT department, income tax department, right? Here, the name of the body is called CRA, Canada Revenue Agency. Okay. So this is the official website for CRA. So Canada.ca Revenue Agency. So this is the department for whom you're paying taxes, irrespective of the provinces, all the provinces except Quebec. CRA is the body. Quebec taxes are done different because it has its own laws, but the rest of the country, it all goes to CRA. So people, most of them already file your taxes, but people who didn't file your taxes, please do before end of this month and claim all the benefits you're eligible for. And now people who already filed their taxes, so your job is done, but at the same time, you should know what benefits you're getting, what refunds you're getting, what's happening with your income taxes. It's very important for you to know. Because if you ignore this now and after 1-2 years you check your CRA account and you see that there are some balances owing and you have to pay interest, so that's a big shocking, right? So all the people who file your taxes and received notice of assessment, they can set up their CRA account. And how do you set up CRA account is you can Google CRA my account and it brings you to this page, and it has 3 options to set up your account. The first option is, by connecting with your bank account, or you might have already opened a bank account. You click on sign in partner and select the bank and you log in with your bank login credentials. Second option is create an email ID or password. And the third option is with the BC ID. So these are the 3 options you use. And once you enter your details, it asks for your social insurance number, date of birth, and few details from the tax return. So once you set that up, CRA will give you limited access. And once you have that, they will send you a secure code to your home address. So once you enter that address, you'll be able to check out your CRA completely. Okay. So this is how you should create a CRA account, and it's important for you to create so that you can check what is your tax refund. Is your tax refund tax return filed or not? Just give me. Yeah. Sorry for the inconvenience. There's a call coming. I'm not able to end that. Okay. So now we discussed about CRA, right? So now I will talk about you're going to do a job. I will talk about what is your pay slip, how are taxes calculated, and next about your tuition credits. Okay. So now I'm going to share you another screen. Are you able to see the pay stub? No.
Not yet, sir.
Okay. Okay. I have to reshare this. Just a second. How about now?
Yes, now we can.
Okay. Okay. So for everyone, anyone in Canada, this is how the format might be different, but this is how a paycheck looks like. Okay. So this is your regular income. Okay, the salary they are paying, pay period, pay date, and check number or employee, your details. Okay. So this is your gross salary. And from your gross salary, you'll see 3 taxes that will be deducted. Okay. The first one is CPP, Canada Pension Plan. This is the amount that goes into your pension plan, which is mandatory. So this is calculated based on your salary on your percentage basis. Okay, I would say the percentage is 5.95. So on your salary, they calculate 5.95% and deduct it. And there is another tax called EI, employment insurance. So this is somewhere around 1.63% on your salary. Okay. And I'm not going in detail than this. This is sufficient. So CPP is pension, not like PF. You can't withdraw after 1-2 years. So this can be taken out only after your age of 60. Okay. So you can generally the standard age for you to take get the benefit of CPP out of CPP 65, but you can also start as early as 60 or as late as 70. So if you ask me how much will I get from CPP when I retire, is that it depends upon how much are you contributing from now to till your retirement. So currently, because you are starting your career right just now in Canada, your CPP contribution is very less. We can't give you an estimate right now. But every 10 years, if you're settling down here, every 10 years, you can check based on your CPP contribution, how much you would be expecting in your retirement each month. Okay. And now EI. EI means employment insurance. This is like paying insurance on your salary. Say, for example, you start working for ECW for 6 months or more, and the college, due to some internal reason, because of their issue, they laid you off. Not if you resign, not if you quit, but if the company has laid you off because they don't have enough work for you, or they run into bankruptcy, or there is natural calamity. Because of their reasons, if they lay you off, then you can apply for employment insurance benefits, which will give you a benefit of 600, maximum of 600 per week. Per month it's 2,400. So that's the maximum, but the other condition is they go maximum as per your salary, which is not more than 55% of your salary. Okay. So how to apply for employment insurance? If company lays you off, they will give you a document called record of employment that has certain number of hours. So how many hours you worked with that company, and you need that document so that you can go to Service Canada and apply for employment insurance. This can be done online. Okay. So these are the two mandatory taxes that go from your paycheck, irrespective of your income. Now the third one is income tax. So here you see federal tax and income tax, but in many paychecks they club together both federal and provincial. Because CRA is managing both the federal and provincial tax, the entire amount will come under a single bracket. So this is based on your entire year tax. Okay, say for example, if your salary is 100,000, so they might deduct 18,000 as or 20,000 as a tax. So that includes both federal and provincial. And now as students, you would be doing a lot of part-time jobs. So I see few people did 6 jobs in 1 year. I mean, of course, all of them are part-time. But when you're doing multiple jobs, what happens is, so the company don't know that you're doing that many jobs. They paid you only 1,500 salary, and they deducted only, I would say 300 or something. And you did 6 jobs, and altogether your income is going to 70,000, for example. But from all your paychecks, all your company T4s, your income tax deducted is 4,000. So then in that scenario, you paid less taxes. And end of the year, what we do is, the reason you file your tax return is, so you did multiple jobs, the tax is deducted. The purpose you file your tax return is for a reconciliation. Okay, so you have paid some taxes from your paycheck, but we file this return to confirm whether I paid the right amount of taxes or not. Did I pay more? I get back money. If I paid less, I end up paying more end of the year. Okay. So this is how a paycheck looks like, and this is how taxes are deducted. So end of the year, if you're getting refund or if you're paying more, is completely based on how much is deducted from your paychecks, and that is the summary in the T4. Okay, so now that I believe you got an understanding of how basic taxes work, you might have few questions, but please make a note and we'll discuss them end of the conversation. And now, next I'm going to talk about tuition credits. Okay, so tuition credits, say for example, if you are a permanent resident or a citizen, you pay 10,000 for a college. But as a immigrant, you would be paying 15,000 or 20,000 for college fees. Because that's how country, any country in the world generates revenue from foreign immigrants. Okay, they charge more for international students. Okay, that is quite common in the entire world, not just Canada. And now because you're spending a lot of money, you're bringing a lot of money from your home country and spending here, government says, okay, so they were very upset, you know, our country, they're bringing a lot of money, let us give back something, right? There is always giving back. So then government of Canada decided whatever the fees they are paying, will give those fees amounts as tuition credits. Okay, so if you look at your tuition slips T2202 you receive from the college, uh, that fees would be like, you know, say for example, you pay $20,000, they were converted into credits. Okay, so credits doesn't mean that you're going to get all that money back, right? So if you're paying 30,000 to the college, government is not going to give you entire 30,000. Okay, so for few people are in a myth that they're going to get that back. So, but it's a myth, it's not a fact. Okay, so how tax credits work is like they are like coupon codes or credit card points. Okay, so say for example, if you are using the credit card and you collect rewards, right? Say for example, I think Tim Hortons has a program. If you buy 10 copies, you get 11th one free. That way, you know, if you are paying more, you get those credits and you can use them. Okay, now let me show you how you can use them. So I'm going back to paycheck. So tuition credits. So in BC, there are two tuition credits. One is federal and one is provincial. Okay. So those credits, say for example, you have federal credits, you can use them only to reduce your federal income tax. And there are provincial credits, you can use them to reduce provincial income tax. Those credits doesn't have anything to have an impact on the CPP or EI. Okay, because CPP is, you know, you're saving for your retirement pension. EI is the insurance. So this is the actual income tax you are paying. You can use those credits to uh, adjust this income tax. Okay, and now I'll show you how tuition credits work. So you see the tuition credit sheet. Okay, so this is for a long period, but usually you people are studying for 2 years, most of the cases. So this is how it works. So first year you pay 20,000, second year you pay 20,000. Altogether it's 40,000. So the credit rate is 15% of that. Okay, so if you have paid 30,000, 30,000 into 15% would be 4,500. So the total tuition credits you have into 15% is your money value. Okay, so I would say let's take for example 30,000 is the tuition. I mean, you would have paid more, but for an example, I'm assuming you paid only $30,000 as tuition fees for both the years, 15,000 and 15,000, total 30,000. And first year you're new and your income is only 10,000. So which means your income tax is 0. So you don't need to use any of the tuition credits. So first year when you file the taxes with us, what we do is we add your tuition credits in your tax filing so that they are carried forward to the next years. Okay, and next year, say for example, in year 2, you got a lot of contacts, you found a good job that pays you $40,000 per annum. And you paid the applicable tax 2,000 or 3,000. Now you have tuition credits. What you can do is you can use these credits to get the income tax paid back. So that gives you more refund. Okay. And in some cases, second year also you're doing only less amount of hours on a job, and your income for the whole year is like 10,000 or something. So which means technically your income tax for 10,000 is zero, federal income tax. So in that scenario, what you do is, so you won't be able to use these tuition credits and get more refund because your income tax is zero. If you have not paid in income tax, there is no point in using the coupons or rewards and getting the money back, right? So if you have any income tax paid or a liability, only then you will use these credits. And important note, so these credits are non-cashable, which means, say for example, you didn't do any job this year, and so a lot of people are asking me this question, Bhaskar, I have tuition credits, so I want a lot of refund. Okay, say for example, you have coupon codes for McDonald's. You go to them, hello McDonald's, I have 10 coupons. Can you give me cash? Take these coupons and give me cash. They won't give you, right? So they are non-cashable. So if you are buying something, then you use the coupon. The same way, if you already paid income tax, you use these credits to get the money back. Or if you end up paying that, you need to pay taxes to the CRA end of the year. Instead of taking money out of your pocket, use these credits. Okay, so income tax paid minus tuition credits is the tax refund, and the remaining credits are carried forward to next year. Say for example, you're not doing any job for 3-4 years, all the credit, but you have to file tax return every year to carry forward those tuition credits, and then after 3-4 years you get into a high paying job, $100,000, and you pay 20,000 income tax. You use all tuition credits at one time, you get a big refund of $5,000 or $6,000. Okay, so this is how the tuition credits work. This is how tuition credits work. And now I'm going to talk about direct deposit. You got an understanding of how to set up a CRA account, and how tuition credits work, how taxes work. And next thing is the direct deposit. Let me open you the link, CRA direct deposit. Google this link. Okay, so direct deposit payments the CRA sends you. Okay, this is the link. If anyone didn't set up the CRA account yet, or they need time, alternatively, what you can do is to set up your direct deposit instantly, immediately, you Google CRA direct deposit and it takes you to this link. I'm going to send this link on the chat as well. Are you able to see my screen, the direct deposit?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So here, don't miss a payment individual. Here, you scroll down. This is for people who didn't set up their CRA account. You can go here and choose your bank. You might have bank account with Scotia, TD, CIBC, BMO. Choose whatever the bank you have. Click on that bank and it takes you to the BMO page, and then you sign in with your net banking and it gets connected automatically. Okay. So this is how you would set up a direct deposit as a newcomer. Alternatively, you can send us the void check information and we can do that. But this is the most safest way that you don't enter wrong account number by mistake. Okay, I'm going to send you on the chat here. Okay. So, and next I'm going to talk about tax scams. Okay, so there are a lot of scams that happen here in Canada regarding taxes. Okay, so here are the few examples. Okay, so you'll receive a lot of text messages saying that your refund is here, sent via Interact. Please open this link to claim your refund. Right. So never ever click on that. CRA won't send you any text messages regarding your refunds, and or CRA won't call you asking for your social insurance number. Okay, so you might receive a lot of phone calls or a lot of text messages saying that your account is suspended. We are calling from legal department, government of Canada. Okay, so if you feel that someone is calling and they are talking about specific thing, then what you do is uh, disconnect the call. If you feel that it's a genuine, then Google CRA phone number, call them and confirm. That's the safest way. Okay, so here are the latest scam alerts. So first one, text message scams containing personal information. Okay, so they're claiming that they're from CRA and may contain personal information. So don't click on any of the links. CRA will never send you text message. The only text message you receive for regarding CRA is when you open the account, they send you OTP that you enter in the CRA website. And the second scam, Canada Carbon Rebate. Earlier it is known as Climate Action Incentive. Okay, if you have looked at our people who file taxes with tax drive, so they might have heard I mentioned climate action. So benefits. So that benefit scam, they send messages. Scammers are going to send you message. Don't open any messages. So whatever CR is going to send you, they'll send you post, or you log into your CR account and check your email. And grocery rebate scammers, cryptocurrency. So you'll see a lot of this GST tax refund. Claim it now. Don't do that. And so this is also quite common. Identity theft. Okay, so it's very important not only protecting your money, it's also important to protect your identity, which means here is an example. You shouldn't share your social insurance number with anyone except the company you are working for, your employer, or your tax preparer, or the bank. Apart from that, no one will ask you for social insurance number. If someone is asking, have a general sense and think that is there a really need that I should share the social insurance number. Okay, so and this is the message I have seen these last couple of months. Email message saying that CRA is sending a refund. Please click on this link to claim. Don't do that. If you click on that link, so they get access to your bank accounts and they take all your money. Or it asks for your social insurance number, and there are a lot of frauds happening. Okay, so this is a precaution. Take this seriously, and if you by mistake clicked anything, then talk to some of your friends and take necessary step. Maybe you should call CRA and say that this is what happened. If you enter SIN number, or you call the bank and discuss with them. Okay, so now that we covered about scams and the direct deposit, now let's talk about the benefits you get from the government. Okay, okay, benefits, credits, and taxes for newcomers. So be it student, work permit, permanent resident, anyone, it's all the same benefits for newcomers. Okay, yeah, here are the benefits we have. Okay, so these are the, in British Columbia, these two are the most common benefits everyone receives. Okay, one is GST HST credit and the carbon rebate, or they earlier they used to call this as climate action incentive. Okay, GST HST credit is given by federal government. Carbon rebate is given by provincial government. Okay, so the GST tax, sales tax credit helps you offset the tax you pay on things you buy. So which means, so you came here, you go a lot of shopping, you spend something on food, something on car gas or shopping, you pay a lot of taxes, right? $100 plus GST plus PST, all those taxes. So again, government decided we are charging a lot of taxes. Let's give something back for people who have less income, right? So now, not only first timers. So after 2-3 years also you'll receive these benefits. And how do you receive? What is the eligibility for the benefit? Is that they look at your income. So if you file your tax return every year, they look at your income. Okay, this guy has 10,000. He's under less income. So let's see what is the maximum and they give it to you. If you are making 100, 120K, 150K, so you're already making high income. So we don't need to give you anything. So you don't get any benefit when you are making high income. Okay. And now the next one is Canada carbon rebate. So this is to offset the climate action. So Canada takes a lot of taxes from companies that emit carbon, right? So in the gas price we pay, we're also paying carbon taxes indirectly. Indirectly we are paying that, and so now government is giving back. Okay, always remember these credits we are getting back as a benefit. It's not the government is giving you for free. On a day-to-day basis, we are paying all the taxes on our day-to-day life. And since our income is low, but we end up paying more taxes, they're giving it back. Okay, so this is for low and modest income are eligible to apply for quarterly payment. So for example, for the period of 23 Jan to December, we file the tax now. For that period income, they calculate the benefit, how much you're getting in the month of July, and they give you this benefit every 3 months. Say for example, most of the newcomers, the maximum they could get is 800 as an individual unmarried. So that 800 will be split into 4 installments, 200 per each quarter starting from July. So July 5th, October 5th, Jan 5th, and April 5th. So those periods you'll see funds in your bank account if you set up the direct deposit. Okay. And now, so there are people who are married. So for married couple, what happens is they look at family income, not just one person. So when you look at family income, so your income is obviously high. So the amount of benefit you get will go down. But as a students, first time comers, you get your maximum. As a family, you get I think around 1300. Okay. Now in this case, so from second year, all you need to do is just file your income tax return to get this benefit. But as a newcomer, they don't have your details. You came in the middle of the year. So CRA doesn't have your details of your income before entering Canada. That's the reason we ask you question when we file the tax return, what is your income before entering Canada? So based on your total income, even though that is not in the country, they look at your total income and decide how much benefit you are eligible for. And they give you these benefits. Okay, these two are the common benefits you get. And apart from that, there are childcare benefits, which most of you are not eligible to apply. For people who are married, have kids, to be eligible for childcare benefits, you should have at least one child. And as a non-resident, you're not eligible. As a temporary resident, if you get PR, you can apply from day one. But if you are a temporary resident on study permit or work permit, you have to wait for 1.5 years, 18 months before you apply for childcare benefits. Okay. So these are the benefits and credits we have at the moment. Apart from this, British Columbia started giving rental tax credit last year. So we are claiming for all the people who are eligible. So that is a maximum of 400. Your income should be under $60,000 in the year. Family income. If you are married, they look at both husband and wife's income. And if it's under this amount and you paid rent for at least 6 months in British Columbia, then you're eligible. And that 400 is given along with your tax refund. So whatever the refund you're getting, that is included in that already. Okay, so these are all the benefits and credits we have from the government. And now I think we covered most of it. And can we go ahead and see if there are any questions?
I'm sure there are a lot of questions. Yeah, people are waiting to ask. Yeah. So let's do this. Kausalya, first you read out the questions that you already gathered on the form. Finish. You have the access to the sheet.
You're on mute,
Yeah,
Kaushal.
you're on mute, Kausalya.
Yes, I have. I will do that.
Yeah, first you can go through that. So let's answer those questions, guys. And once those questions are answered, because that could be possibility that's the same question you have it in your mind. Once those questions are answered, then we will, if you still have a question, then we'll go and open that for everybody. Okay. And please raise your hands whoever has a question so that we can go one by one. Okay, over to you, Kushal.
Okay, the first question is one of our TSN has asked, what is the tax credit we get for covering our tuition fees cost?
Okay, so for tuition fees, gives you the tax credit, whatever the fees they paid into 15%.
Okay, and when is the last day to file the tax here in Canada?
Okay, so the last day is end of April. Okay, so April 30, April 31st is the last day to file taxes. But if you are getting a refund, okay, if you file after that date, what happens? What are the consequences? Okay, first thing is if you file on time, you get your benefits and refund on time without any delay. Second thing is if you are filing late, and so there are two different scenarios. One thing is you might get a refund or you end up paying taxes. If you are getting a refund, it's okay if you don't if you file any time of the year, doesn't matter. CRA is not going to penalize you or charge you because they owe you money, and if you file after 6 months, they give you money with some interest as well. Okay. So, but if you file taxes after the deadline and you end up paying taxes, you owe taxes to the government, CRA is charging you 10% interest per annum for the taxes you owe. Okay. And so the deadline for individuals and self-employed is different. For individuals, it's end of this month, and the self-employed, you have until June 15th to file your tax return. However, the tax you owe to the government, even though you file in the June, the tax should be paid by end of this month. So which means people who are self-employed, they should take an estimate on how much taxes they owe and they can make the payment now, but they have time to file or make any changes on your tax return. They have time until June 15th.
Thank you. And the next question is, what tax credit opportunities are available to students?
For students, the only tax credit is tuition credits. That amount of tuition fees they pay, into 15% is the tax credits they have. So based on their income situation, they might use it this year or carry forward it to the future years.
Okay. And also some people has a question, how to file the tax?
Okay. So as a first time filer, there are, see, Canada, everything is transparent, open, everything is public. You can be able to prepare your own tax return, but you will not be able to submit it online. So that's the reason. And as a newcomer, you might have a lot of questions which are not answered, and you might miss few benefits that you can claim. So that's the reason I would recommend, as a first time filer, you go with an accountant to file your taxes. But from second year, it's up to you. If you can take time to learn all the tax situations and file yourself, you can do that.
Okay. And the next question is, even if you're not paying any tax, are we eligible for the return? That's what the question is.
Yes, yes. So say for example, if your income is zero, what happens in British Columbia is, if your income is zero, BC government will give you $75 sales tax credit as a refund. So the moment you file your tax return in next 2 weeks, you will get $75 in your account. And at the same time, as your income is zero, you are low income holder or no income holder. So the GST, HST and climate action benefits, whatever the maximum you have, you'll receive that. If you don't file, you don't get those benefits.
Okay. And what's the maximum refund one can get while filing the tax?
So it varies from person to person and situation, married or single, but it will be somewhere more than 700 or 800.
Okay. And they also like to know what are the allowances included in it.
Okay. So as an employee, so there are, so in India, so as most of the people came from India, in India, when we file taxes, there are different deductions, right? House rent allowance, uh, medical allowance, all that. But here in Canada, no allowances. What you do is whatever the income you receive, whatever the tax slip you have, so you file, you pay tax on that income. Okay. So few cases, say for example, government is giving you medical coverage, but few scenarios it is not covered and you have to pay out of the pocket. Then you can claim medical expenses. Okay. So medical expenses can be claimed in few scenarios if you pay out of the pocket. So every time you have them, keep them with you, the medical receipts, and talk to the accountant end of the year and share, see if it can be claimable. And the second one is, if you are donating to any charities, not any charities, it should be a registered charity. Then those donations you can claim as tax credits. So if you are donating to someone, that would help a bit in your tax return. So these are the, and people who are married and paying for child care, like paying for your daycare or eligible child care, those can be claimed.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you mentioned about the child benefit. So how to file the child benefits and apply for all those benefits?
Okay. So child benefit is a, for as an immigrant, it's a complicated process. So after you complete your 18 months, so you can talk to any accountant or call CRA to check what needs to be provided. Yeah, and once you submit all the documents, CRA takes somewhere between 6 months to assess your application and get back to you.
Also, you have mentioned that we have to show the back home income while filing the tax. Will it make any impact on our tax filing?
Yes,
What's the reason
it's,
it is asked?
yeah, it is asked for two reasons. The first reason is to calculate the GST, HST and climate action benefits. So they need the income of your home country. Okay, that's one reason. And the second reason is, so you're an immigrant, right? So CRA considers you as a tax resident from the date you entered Canada. Okay, so if you are here for the whole year, say for example, you made 100,000 your tax is 20,000. Okay, but you came in the month of November and or December and you made 100,000. Okay, your tax, they don't tax you 20,000, they tax you more, because if you made 1 month in 100K in 1 month, so in the whole year you would have made 1.1 million and your tax bracket goes up. Right, so that's the reason they ask you what is your foreign income before entering Canada in that year.
Okay.
Yeah.
If someone like they're doing multiple jobs, like I am doing 2 jobs, I forgot to file the second job's T4 form. So how can we do that? Can we refile it the tax again, and what should we do in that case?
Yeah, so here, so this is one important factor I would say when you're filing taxes, go with someone who is e-file certified. Okay, so you see a lot of people who do taxes for lesser price, right? So there are students or part-time job holders. So for additional money, they do tax filing. What they do is, so there are 2 types of tax filing. One is net file and one is e-file. Net file means you can file your taxes by yourself. That is called net file. E-file means e-file is given to someone who is a tax professional. They submitted, they did their paperwork and got approval from CRA to file taxes for public. Okay, so the difference is if you approach an e-filer, they can take your authorization, take your consent, and get all your tax slips from the CRA. Okay, so even though if you are not in touch with your employer or they didn't send you the tax slip, what we can do as an authorized e-filer is we can download those tax slips from the CRA and prepare your tax return more accurately. But however, even though we try to download all the information from CRA, there will be situations where your T4 is not even with the CRA because the company, your employer did a paper return for your T4, or they did something late, or one or the other issue. In that case, you either prepare your tax return based on your last December tax slip, payslip, or you wait for your T4 or you refile your tax return again.
Okay. And the next question is like how to file the taxes for the first time if you are filing it the first time, and they're asking can we do by our own or should we approach someone?
Yeah, we mentioned earlier, if as a first time filer, you would be able to prepare your tax return on some free online softwares, but you are not quite sure about how taxes work if you claimed all the benefits or credits, right? So I would recommend, as without lack of knowledge, claiming and missing some benefits would be a lengthy process. Okay, if you miss some benefits and you want to go back, refile that, it's going to be more hassle, more pain. So I would recommend going with a professional for the first time, and after that, once you gain expertise and understand more about taxes, then you can file on your own. That's one thing. Another thing is, if you're filing as a first time filer, if you want to file on your own, you can prepare it online, but again, you have to print it out, post it to the CRA. Yeah.
You mentioned about the rental tax refunds.
Yeah.
So how does it should we what are the proofs that we should submit for that? Some people might be paying as cash. In that case, what the documents is required?
Okay. So the first requirement is you should have paid at least 6 months rent. Okay, so either you have a rental agreement if you leased it. Okay, and as students, most of the people are on sublease. Like 4 or 5 people take the house, and only one person has the lease agreement. What you can do is, I would say, if you when you paid the rent, that's you paid in reality. Okay, there is nothing you're faking, but you don't have enough documentation. So what the best way you could do is, if CRA asks you, you should either make a sublease agreement with the person who has the lease and share that with the CRA. Okay, so and if you are not able to do that, at least take out your bank statement, highlight your transfers, and write an explanation that, so I'm staying in a shared accommodation. This is the rents I paid. Since I'm a student and I'm paying this, I don't have a rental agreement, or I'm not able to find it, but this is the transfer, this is the rent I paid to so and so person. You write that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, they would like to know how the tax slabs works for the families. When it comes as a family, the tax, you said there is a different slabs for paying the tax. So when it comes as a family, what is the slab?
Okay. So here there will be two tax returns, one for the uh, main person and their spouse. Okay, everyone's, be it individual or family, everyone has their own tax brackets. So being married doesn't impact tax tax rate, but the as a family, the only impact it has is on the benefits and benefits. The GST, HST, quarterly
Hmm.
benefits of GST, HST, and carbon. Only that makes a difference. But income tax, every individual's income is their tax bracket.
Okay.
Yeah.
So some people are getting that they didn't get any response. So how they will come to know whether the tax is failed, whether they will get any message confirmation or something, or they have to go only uh, to check only in the CRA website.
Okay. So usually CRA tries to send you your documents in 2 to 3 weeks. Okay. So, but few cases might be delayed. It takes 1 month, and very few cases, very less number, it would take 2 3 months as well. Okay. So what I would say is, I would recommend wait for the 1 month from the date you file your taxes. And if you still didn't receive, I mean, I would say 1 month and maybe 40 days, 35 to 40 days. And if you still didn't receive any notice or anything from the CRA, then you please call CRA to check what's the status. Yeah. And to call CRA, you know, we are in Canada and here there is a issue of, you know, shortage of workforce, and things are pretty much slow. Everything takes time. And if you want to call CRA, please make time of 2 to 3 hours paid time to be on hold. Yeah.
Okay, also people they're there, they're here to ask, they have some questions.
Mhm.
So let me check. And Karthi, he has a question. Karthi, you can go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, thank you, Kausalya. Hello, sir. Yeah,
Hi, Karthik.
how are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, sir. Yeah, actually, I'm working as a full-time contractor in a marketing agency.
Mhm,
So, and my employer pays me by check every month.
mhm,
So, actually, I don't know. So, he's not deducting any tax or anything. So,
mhm,
he pay me full check. So,
mhm.
I don't know how to file taxes and what other documents should I receive from the employer side.
Okay. So if they are not deducting any taxes and paying you by check, end of the year, they will give you a form called T4A.
T4A, okay.
Yeah, it's like a Form 16A in India.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so what you need to do is once you get that end of the year, so save whatever you're making, save some money for taxes for end of the year.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, so since they're not deducting, you have to pay taxes end of the year by yourself. And
Oh,
as a student, you can reduce your income tax, but as self-employed, you should be paying CPP.
okay.
Okay, so for CPP, you cannot use tuition credits. That has to be gone out of your pocket.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I will be getting what's the document, sir?
T4A.
T4A. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So is there any other document should I get from the employer or
that's
like?
what they give for contractors.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now Lakshman
I
has
think
a
I'm.
question.
Yes. Yeah. Hi, sir. Thank you so much
Hi.
for your time and
Yeah.
giving us a clarity.
Mhm.
So the question that I have is, employee insurance is more of a risk cover, so there's no returns as such. But on CPP, since it's a deposit against the pension plan, what if I choose to go back to India? Do I get any refund or I'm eligible to claim anything when I close the
So
CPP account? If I just
okay, no, you can't close the CPP account now. So that's a in-depth subject. Okay, so that's a deep.
no, if I decided to go to India, like I'm closing
Mhm.
everything in Canada, I want to go back to India. So what will happen to my CPP deposit? What I'm making every month?
So here in that scenario, so there's nothing you do now. Okay, that's something you can touch only after 60, even though you leave. But it depends upon what's your visa status when you're leaving and that moment. So there are different factors come into picture, and based on that situation, you know, there will be a decision on what happens on your CPP withdrawal. Yeah.
Okay. So for now, I just have to keep paying. All right.
Yeah.
Understood.
Thank you, Aarti. You can ask your questions.
One question was just answered. I had the same question as Lakshman. The other question that I have is, if say 6 months of rent is eligible, right? So I came in the month of September. I have a contract, but when you calculate till December, it is only 3 months.
Yeah.
So you mean to say I would not be eligible this year for claiming?
Yes. Rental tax credit. Yes, you're not eligible.
Okay. So yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So many people raise hands. I thought they're going to ask me
Yeah,
one by one. Okay. Let me.
I saw
Okay.
Faiza was raising their hands. Faiza, do you have your question still?
Yeah, I have a question. I'm not sure if it was already answered, but I would like to know what is the tax slab that is currently for BC?
Okay. BC has, I think, 6 or 7 tax slabs. Let me open that. I'm sharing you my screen. Okay, you see these are the tax slabs you have for BC. Okay, under 47,937, 5.6, 5.06, 47 to 95, 7.7, 95 to 110, 10.5, 110 to 133, 12, and then goes on. So these are the
This
tax
Okay,
slabs for
perfect. Thank
BC.
you.
okay, this slab is including federal tax and provincial tax, or
No, this is only
only
provincial. This is only provincial, and the federal tax is different. Okay, everything you take from the official source. If you are ever doing research, okay, federal taxes, CRA, provincial taxes, government of BC. So here we have five slabs. So under 55,000 is the lowest, 15%. So if you are making 40,000, it's 15 federal and 5 provincial, 20%. If you are making more than 250K, 33 plus 20, 53.5 is the highest tax bracket.
Lakshman bro, do you have some more questions?
Yeah, I have a couple of them. Let me ask. Yeah, just give me 1 second. So I've made a note. Yeah. So if I'm a self-employed, right? I work from home. So what are the exceptions that I can get for working from home and I have an office set up in home?
Okay, so being a self-employed, you can claim some portion of your home office expenses, such as portion of your rent, portion of your utilities. Yeah, and if you spend something on your stationery, postage, printing, or anything
So
of
on that,
such.
I need to provide invoice also. Like if I'm claiming for stationery, do I have to give invoices what I bought?
Yes, you need to keep those invoices.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, and you cannot, if you are doing house repairs, that cannot be claimable.
Understood. So the last question that I have is, if it's a tuition credit has a validity, and like you said, we can carry forward. Is there any validity, like how many years we can carry forward? Is there any cap there?
No, CRA doesn't say that it's expires at specific time. However, say for example, so there's no specific time. If you are using them after, if you want to carry forward for next 5 years, you can do that. Yeah.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. Then that's all I have.
Anita, you can go ahead with your question.
Yeah, sure, Kausalya, thank you. Bhaskar, I have a question. Like regarding the tuition credit, currently I'm not working, but as a family, my husband is working and he's a taxpayer. So, do I still get the tax benefit? I mean, a tax credit?
Okay.
Tuition
So
credit.
as a family and you have tuition credits,
Mm-hmm.
for you can't use those tax credits because you have no income.
Okay.
Right. However, as your husband is making money, and if he's making more money and he's paying taxes, you can transfer a maximum of 5,000 credits to your spouse
Mm-hmm.
so that he can
Okay.
get some refund. He can use those credits to reduce the tax burden.
Okay.
Okay. But you can only transfer this year. But if you carried forward to 2 years and then you can't transfer it to your spouse. Only current year tuition credits can be transferable.
Okay. What's the procedure for transferring this? I didn't get this.
So I mean, there's no procedure. You just let you know, let the accountant know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nandini, you can go ahead with your question.
Yeah, thank you, Kausalya. Thank you, Bhaskar. It was a very informative session. So, as we are a beginner to Canada, we would like to know how can we optimize our tax strategy to minimize the liabilities while maximizing the deductions?
Okay. So this is a broad question. Okay. So
Yeah,
this is depends upon person to person based on their income, based on your lifestyle, based on their savings. All those come into picture, right? So what I would say is there are certain accounts where if you save money into those accounts that help you save taxes. Okay, in a longer run, I think we would keep those that subject into another meetings that's going to happen soon.
sure, sure, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bhaskar.
I have one quick question, sir. It's a very hypothetical question. Say, example, I'm getting two job offer. Okay.
Mhm.
People are still striving for one job offer, which is I'm trying to be optimistic and say two job offer. One I'm getting more than $100,000, and one I'm getting less than one in five figure sum, and the other one is a six-figure sum. So, is it advisable to pick up a five-figure sum because I'm going to pay less tax than picking a six-figure and paying more tax? What do you advise as a tax consultant?
I would say that's your personal choice, right? So it's not just money. A company and position matters. So a lot of factors come into picture. But if you're at the border and if it's the same positions, same role, doesn't make any difference. It's just money. Whichever is giving you net pay, you go with that.
That's right. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, one last question from me. If you are getting the amount from outside of Canada to our personal account, should we show that when we are filing the tax, will it make any impact on our tax filing?
Depends upon how you're getting that money. Is it your savings you're bringing here? Then you don't need to report it. But if you are selling something in your home country, and then you need to report it.
Okay.
or if you are generating income or revenue, or that sort has to be reported.
Okay. So if we run a business back home and we are filing the tax over there, so if we bring that money back to Canada, should we also file tax here also for that? Should we pay tax?
Yeah. So as a Canadian tax resident, you should report your worldwide income. Okay. So say for example, you're living here, you have $1 million sitting in your fixed deposit in India, so that has to be reported.
Okay. I think Aarti has a question. Aarti, you can go ahead with your question.
It's more like a follow-up question of the previous one. It's like, what happens if I don't declare my income from India?
If you don't declare your income, so if you don't declare, so first thing is CRA will not know that, but if they come to know that, so it's an offense, it's an uh, tax omission case, so and it has its consequences if they come to know about it. It's against the law. As a tax resident, you should report your worldwide income.
Okay, so does this is it inclusive of any property that we buy back home, or existing properties as well?
Okay, say for example, if so existing properties, you don't need to report if it's your family house or something, but you need to report if the property is specified foreign property and that's worth more than 100K. Say for example, you have 4 or 5 rental properties that are generating revenue, and so altogether it's like 5 crores INR or close to more than 100K. Then you have to declare that these are my foreign assets. So foreign assets, declaring foreign assets doesn't have any impact on your tax return, but you just report the assets. But and at the same time, if it's generating any revenue, then you have to report that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I think there is no more questions. Okay, I would like to thank Bhaskar. It was a very informative session. We got a lot of insight about the filing system, how does it works, and what are the requirements, what are the benefits we are getting, and a lot of knowledges. We really respect and thank your valuable time giving for us and giving a lot of information regarding us. It was a great and informative session. And I thank everyone who participated in this one and get the knowledges. Thank you
Yeah,
very
and
much.
thank you everyone, and people who are filing taxes with us. And few cases there was a delay, but I would say what we are trying to do is, at the minimal price we are charging, we are trying to talk to each and every individual and answer their questions. Okay, so just because of that, we are taking little bit time to answer your questions and get back to you. So if there are, I think whoever submitted the documents, we cleared almost most of the tax filings. But if there is anything pending, please send a message and we'll close them as soon as possible.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.